Hello and welcome, or welcome back. Hopefully it's a welcome back. Right, here I am. This is the lady, Linda. We have 3 frogs here. So, Monday morning. 20th? I mean, it's 2024, that's what I know. It is May. So I have a decent amount of sales that have taken place over the weekend on eBay. No phenomenal amounts, but at least I've got a shot of some garbage here. So I've got 2 weeks off work and I need to get my arse in gear. It started really well with me laying in bed and I really did not want to get up. But then, you know, to make you get up, somebody starts trimming the grass outside your window. So that's like not the best way to wake up. So I've then come in here, absorbed some Instagram over breakfast, which probably isn't the best thing to do. I feel that some people just convey nonsense. I know that I convey nonsense, but it's very real nonsense. Last Monday, I showed you that I'd hardly made any sales over the weekend on eBay. But then, you know, it's like other people, I just don't know. Everybody seems to be doing really well or really bad. There's nobody who's like the middle of the road. But I mean, not that I want to be in the middle of the road. I'm going to get run over if I'm in the middle of the road. You know, being in the middle of the road is something you do if you're a Man United fan and I'm trying to drive to my destination and you're all in the road. Anyway, I've then had another moment this morning where I had the door open there, had the door wide open because obviously it's boiling hot. And what happened, because we've got the bird feeders out, I mean, what's wrong with me? Sat on the sofa having breakfast and a bird flies in here. So this is kind of like, that's what motivated me to get the hell off the sofa and stop being a twat. So, yeah, I've got so much that I want to do. So I'm sure you can see the colour of this office. So this bird came in and I'm like, there's not much I can do. The door's wide open, it just kept flying backwards and forwards. So it did clang into one of the windows once. And then it came and it sat. So this is my listing set up here. You probably can't even see. So this is all the stuff which I've got to list. And the bird sat on here. So it sat on there and I was just like, no, please don't. I was like, I don't want to move because then I'm going to scare you and then you're going to fly into that window and it's just going to, you know, I'm not going to help get this bird out by standing up and prancing around. So he sat on there and I'm like, I have literally, the things that I've got on here, I've got this and I've got this. The only things that are sat on the top there are white things. This one being new with tags. So if it shits on this, it's going to be a very bad thing. And then it did sort of like get up and I think that's when it flew into that one and then it went out and it did fly out of the door, but I was like having a freak out moment because I was thinking this is going to be me for the next hour now trying to get a bird out because when they come in it's like very difficult. So I'm glad that it worked. It's way worked out how to get out. But anyway, when I came over here, it had done a poo and it had just sat on the side there. Whoa. And on top of that, I had something else here. So I had a piece of stock that was completely white, sat on the side here. Because I'd laid it out to have a look at it because I know, I mean, it's going in the wash anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered because I can get excrement out. It's got like a really discoloured pits and very discoloured collar. But it is also a very good brand. I will show you at the end. Ooh, teaser. So I was just thinking, I sat there and I was like, if you were on top of things, i.e. listing, for the most part it would have been on this thing here, but I've just put all that away as I pulled out all my sold stock this morning. I was like, if you're on top of things, this now wouldn't be part of the panic that is setting in. So, oh my God. Anyway, so Monday 20th. So as you know, last week I was trying to get on top of my listings. So that's where we are. That's how many listings I've had. If I wanted to like annoy you, I could like put some columns in here of sales and just put like, make out that I'm doing £100 days, but I'm not. I know for the most part people back it up, but you just think, really? So anyway, trying to do 5 a day. So obviously I've done my listings for today. I've only got 1 on for tomorrow. So I've got to pull my finger out. I also want to go away and see my parents this week. So, I mean, it does seem a bit dumb as it comes, scheduling listings and then putting your shop on holiday mode. But what can you do? You've got to put your shop on holiday mode. I'm not changing my dispatch time. I just think that that's weird. And I suppose there are some benefits to putting it on holiday mode, in that I think sometimes it does a bit of a reset when you put it back on. I sense that is a thing. Right, so stuff I've sold. These have all taken, no, that's a lie. They haven't all taken donkey's years. I've got some very old stuff here, which has gone for very little. This has been on for a long time. Karen Millen dress. This is going to America. So they've like paid some random amount, like £26 and 73p or something like that. So whatever that is in dollars, it'll be a round figure, won't it? I think it was more like £35 actually. I don't think it was that. Or maybe I was just like so pleased to see the back of it. You see these? It's like got a nice, it's got a nice like asymmetrical V-neck, roses. Some people, not me, some people can get like £100 for them. It's so hard to believe sometimes. You just think, what are you doing that I'm not doing? I think that's my thing, is that I don't understand what I'm doing that other people aren't doing. I know that I'm not very focused, and that doesn't help. And like I was saying the other day, just because you're listing 50 things an item, 50 things a day, it probably means that you're listing 10 things that are sellable and then 40 things which just become, you know, like parts of your shop, and you build up your figures to 1,000 items, and it doesn't mean that any of it is that sellable. And I do believe that is the case for the amount of things which I'm going to show you now, which I've taken. These will probably be losses. So this, I don't think I bought this, but I may have bought this. But I suspect that this is something that my cousin gave me. Mind you, it is a size, it's Ted Baker size 3. So I can actually look this up because I do have my spreadsheet open. So let's be realistic here. Right, so that's totally realistic. I did buy this. So I bought this in February 2022 for £2 because, so that's the beauty of having a spreadsheet. You can look up anything. So I know some of you probably don't know how to do that. So it's dead easy. And I've just gone on the filter list on brand and just searched the word Ted, and it just comes up with anything. I mean, I know that is likely, anything that's got the word Ted in it, it will come up with the word Ted. Even if I'd put in brand, I've accidentally put like teddy bear in there, it would bring up teddy bear. But generally it's like really easy to find, and I've just found that straight away. So yeah, so 2 years and 3 months it's taken to sell this. I did think that this was something that my cousin had given me, but then she's very much a size 6 and size 3 is like more like a 10, isn't it, or whatever I've put on it. Anyway, I've got £6 for that, and I've got free postage on that, so it won't go large letter, so it's a loss. That is a loss. Well, you know, once the fees come flying in. This is a £15 job, although I'm probably lying, it was probably £12, because I tend to just pick up these tops for, you know, just the sake of it. This is a Jules one. I'm not bothered about that so much, but it is just a basic that eventually somebody will want a striped top. Again, it is like a summer thing, isn't it? I thought this would sell faster. So I've had some striped tops by Whistles, which have sold really quite fast, because I think I've still got one left, but I've sold 2 of them and they sold really quickly for the 15 mark. This has sold for 15. I feel like I'm lying. I feel like I've accepted 10 for it. Let's just say it was 10. So yeah, cars hang around for ages. I'm so weird with cars. This hung around for ages. I can't tell whether it's a dress or a bloody tunic top. I've put down that it's tunic top, so it's white stuff. It feels like it might be a dress because it's a size 10. I mean, who knows? I'm not picking up white stuff. I certainly wouldn't pick that up. Yeah, I've got a really nice dress that is missing some mother of pearl buttons, and I was going to pillage one of these buttons off it. So it's absolute sod's law that it's sold. I need to just ask somebody who's doing the sorting at a charity shop at work and say, just find me something you can rag that's got a mother of pearl button, because I need a spare. So that, again, £6, absolute garbage. Ted Baker, just says the word Ted Baker on it. That's weird, isn't it? Who'd put Ted Baker on that? Yeah, so rubbish. This is rubbish as well. I've seen some really good Morgan. This is really bad Morgan. Lame, gold. Why are we doing this to ourselves? Glad to see the back of this. I really hope that these aren't opened as a return. And that's the good stuff. And then this. So some of those were £6, some of them were £10, some of them were £15. But all I'm just glad to see the back of. Really pleased to see the back of. That is William Morris next. Maybe it was just because I have to wait. No, that's absolute garbage, isn't it? Wait till summer. That one that I've just pulled up there said February 2 years ago. We've had 2 summers since then. Stop kidding yourself. That stuff, don't pick it up. These, I've had these for a year, but I just thought they were just so fabulous. God, what have I got for these? I feel like these I've got for £10. Got £10 for them. I really should have just pulled this up initially. Of course, eBay is as slow as ever when it comes to looking things up. Hello? $11.99. So $11.99 for these. Look at that. How fabulous is that? I mean, I like that. I mean, I'm wearing like flary trousers anyway myself, so it's probably my own taste. I think they're probably slightly too small for me, and I don't need masses and masses of trousers. Yeah, so they're just Topshop. So that's the rubbish sales. That's the rubbish sales, but you know, it's still a fair amount of money. It's money that's coming in, which for stuff which I probably would have ended up redonating. And then these bits, it's all menswear. Says a lot, doesn't it? Not much money for the women's wear, decent money and quick sellers for the men's wear. Right, Fat face shorts, I was reluctant to pick these up, and then I was just like, it's summer, they're shorts, it's okay, just buy them. They've got palm trees on, paid £2. Did I? Might have paid £3. I'm not going to show you my arse again and get the spreadsheet out, but 20 quid for them, and they've only been listed a month. These have been listed days. I think I've accepted 20 quid for that, just an offer. Probably could have waited, but then if I wait too long and the summer is over, you won't get any sales from men. So they're the ones that have got turn up like that. Just pretty green, just a waist 30. Yeah, 20 quid. Another 20 quid here. These, sold these once. I think they returned them. God help people. I mean, really. Just a pair of linen trousers by Reese. So yeah, I think I've sold them once. They probably wore them and sent them back, or they didn't pay, or something happened. The Aurora Bollis came down and they said, don't need these. Or I may just be thinking of something else. Anyway, they've sold for 20 as well. These have sold for 25. These, I'm surprised these took so long to sell, actually. They've taken so long. They took 2 months to sell. In the grand scheme of, oh, let's look this up. Oh, it was 2022 when I bought it. This isn't much. Right, so these are stay pressed Levi's. They pretty much have 100% sell-through rate. So I would absolutely recommend getting these. I put them up for 30, so that's why they haven't sold straight away. If I put them up for 25, which is what I've sold them for, they would have sold straight away. So that's why, it's because I try and push the ceiling price. Why does that radiator feel like it's on? I feel like the radiator in my soul has been switched on. Honestly. Right. This is Lululemon. I don't know where my prices sit with Lululemon. It feels like suddenly the UK market with the Lululemon is getting a little bit saturated. It feels like everybody just got their vaccines and flew over there and bought up every Lululemon item they could and brought it back to the UK, because the prices are starting to, I've like seem to have just like watched them go down. The solds when I listed this literally 2 months ago implied that I would get £50 for this t-shirt. I've got like 35. Did I get that, darlings? Darlings, tell me. Yeah, 35 for that. Yeah, so Lululemon dry. It's one of those dry fit t-shirts. Dry fit is a trademark of Nike, so don't use that. But they've got like quite good accents on these Lululemon. Better each day. I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna smash these goals, man. Smash these goals. And last thing, this Arquette thing. This is Arquette here that nearly got pooed on. So Arquette, really nice, lightweight shirt. Does it have? I'm sure it had what it was on it. I did find the name of what the shirt was. They kept sending me offers. I accepted an offer of £15. Probably not the best thing. I don't get good prices from Arquette, but looking at their website, they are cheap. They are just, I mean, they're cheaper than Ted Baker, aren't they? It's just, so this Arquette that I've got here, it's so peculiar. So I had 2 of these striped tops. I thought they were both women's wear. This one is women's wear because obviously it's new with tags, so I've been able to look it up. So I just thought, the other one looks almost identical. It's come from the same donator. And then when I looked on the care label, you know, as I could have done properly, I could have actually read what it said while I was taking the photos of it and putting it on the female mannequin, which annoys the hell out of me. Because it was an older model, on the care label, it actually said department men's. So, duh, well done, woman. Maybe this one says department men's. No, this is a recent one. So these recent care labels look like that. But the older ones apparently don't look like that, and I've literally in fear of more birds flying in, like a flock of birds, and come back, go to the toilet and come back in, and there's like masses of crows and things in here. I mean, if anybody was going to come in here, I thought it'd be that pigeon. Anyway, you just can't enjoy the outdoors, can you? You cannot enjoy the outdoors. Oh God. Anyway, that's all my sales. So I've only so realistically I've probably only made like about £100 profit after purchase prices. Let's say 150. I'm being so conservative with everything. So I need to pull my life together. I need to go and see my parents. We need to install a shower. I want to buy some flat pack furniture. I want to change how things are. This won't happen all in 2 weeks. I just want 2 weeks to sort of like focus my head. I need to clean the kitchen top to bottom. I need to do so many things. At the weekend, we did actually go out and enjoy ourselves. So it was our wedding anniversary last week. So we went out for a meal. I know that other people, they obviously live their life in a very different way to me. And I'm starting to really wonder why I'm just on the periphery of everything. So we live in Hume. So this apartment we bought as a repossession. So we paid $130,000 for it. It is now worth about $180,000 if we were to sell. If I rented it out, I could rent it out for easily over $1,000, because obviously with top floor, we're like, obviously it needs work doing, and things like that. So, however, the only reason I can see that we've really seen such an increase in prices is because literally 10 minutes walk down there are skyscrapers being built. So you know of Beetham Tower if you know Manchester. So near Beetham Tower you have Deansgate train station, and behind there, just before you get to the Mancunian Way roundabout, there's a bit on the corner there where they started building years ago. At the time when they started building it, I mean, maybe it was because of the amount of bodies that they dug up on the rest of it. All the hoarding that they put up had these black and white pictures up, and they were supposed to be like, sultry like portrait things to make it look like it was going to be like some world-class establishments being built there. But one of them looked like the mugshot of Ian Brady, and I just thought, God, that's weird. Did the person who took a photo of this not think about what they were doing? I honestly think there's some people who've just kind of completely missed the point. There's a publicity photo at Cancer Research for the lottery, and it's a woman who's like taking a photo and she's doing that, but she also looks like Jamie Savile. I just think some people, and it's not just me, because I keep pointing it up till there's a laugh. And my colleague gets really infuriated. She's just like, doesn't anybody check these things? Don't they do like what they do at The Apprentice, and or maybe they do it like The Apprentice, ask what the public think, the public tell them what to think, and they just no, it's done now, we're doing it this way. maybe that's what people do. However, the story of all this goes, so basically they've already completed about 4 of these skyscrapers. So the ones on the very corner on the roundabout, they are like £1 million properties, hence why that money is running down the road and the price of my apartment is going up. So I'm going to dig my heels in and stay here, because I want this to be a £250,000 property. If they're £1 million properties, apartments, why can't mine be? So anyway, we decided to go for a meal out. And the restaurant that we went to was one of the restaurants there. It's the most we've probably ever spent on a meal out. Wow. Mind-blowing. It wasn't even, it wasn't even like that fantastic. I just wish we'd gone to our usual Japanese haunt in a little bit closer to the village. But I think that's it. We were intrigued as well to see what it's like around there. And it is nice. And it was like gorgeous weather. I had been at work on the Saturday when we went. There's a weird vibe there. But the thing that like got me, and it makes me think that I'm just like, I'm JK Rowling and I'm going to get cancelled because I totally like understand what she's saying. And, you know, I know that she's sort of like come across as like a transphobic because of what she's said. However, you know, these are, say it again, £1 million properties. However, in this restaurant, instead of having men's toilets and women's toilets, and I know that they have these everywhere, they have them in like Prezzo, for example, they have just cubicles which are shared by men and women, which just makes it awful because whenever you go in as a woman, there's urine all over the seat and you have to hover. We've all hovered because, yeah, we've all hovered. And that's the real reason why I don't like this setup. I like it when there's men's toilets and I like it when there's women's toilets because generally the women's toilets are cleaner and the men's toilets are not. But there's also a door and then another door. So, you know, it's only if you're like walking past the men's toilets and you have a look in that you're going to see somebody's bare ass. If only it had just been an arse that I'd seen mid-course on my meal on Saturday. So I went to the toilet, you know, halfway between the meal, and there's 3 cubicles. So you go down this corridor and there's 3 cubicles. You can't really see when the lock is over as to what colour it is and whether they're engaged. But the toilet at the end, the door was like open, so I was like, well, that one's obviously free because the toilet door's ajar, so I'll go to that one. So I went to the bottom and rounded the corner. I didn't even touch the door. And then I'm greeted by this guy who's in the middle of having a piss. And there was nothing wrong with any of the locks on those doors. And there's people like taking selfies in the toilets because apparently they're nice toilets. That isn't a nice setup. Because if I'm in the middle of eating my food and then I decide to go to the toilet, I shouldn't have to be confronted by naked cock. You know, maybe I'm just getting on in my years, but that is weird, is it not? However, here I am selling the clothing of these people who have lots of spare cash, you know, enough spare cash to not sell their stuff and to donate it to charity. So, you know, I'm just going to have to tolerate, if I want to go out to a restaurant, I'm going to see cock. But it doesn't seem to shock anybody else. It doesn't seem to shock anybody else. And I'm fairly open-minded about things, but I'm pretty sure that would annoy people, you know. And I think the thing is that people who are like moaning about the unisex toilets have gone down the transsexual route. I'm sorry, but if you're transsexual and you need to go to the toilet and you've got fake things, padding or whatever, you're locking that door because you don't want people to see you rearranging the goods. You will close the door for privacy, and it just totally isn't about that. To me, it's about that. I think the NHS have this problem as well when they have those unisex toilets, because I've been to the hospitals before and walked in on men who can't be asked to lock the door. It's aggravating. Anyway, as promised, I do feel like it's me. I feel like it's me who's moaning unduly. I just expect more of £1 million properties. Anyway, this is what I have. This is my absolute bargain of the week. So, full disclosure, the only reason that I've got this is because if it wasn't dirty, it would have gone to the eBay shop. But it is filthy. You probably can't see it. I don't know why my camera decides to not show it. It just makes it annoying when you come to take photos of things. However, something that would be this dirty usually would go in the rag bag. However, my colleague knows that I do what I do, so she said, you've got to take this. I didn't actually know what the hell it was because I'm pretty hopeless. I mean, the fact is that it's come with its own bag. So you can see there, H&M collaboration. I've seen people posting this with the numbers, and I really didn't know what it was. So Maison Martin Margiela, I'm sure you can see that. And it's even got the original hanger. All of these things, which aren't necessarily going to make an appearance in a charity shop. I know that there's charity shops out there who would have just put this out. But, so I've got to do a big stain removal on this because it is really yellow. I don't even want to touch this. But I just want to show you what it is. So it's a fake bow tie undone. It's got the collar which detaches, so that should make it easier. So shopping with Sophie has taught me that bicarb of soda and washing up liquid are probably your best friend when it comes to things like this. It did work, not completely, on the fake tan that I had. The fake tan issue that I had, it did work on it, but I had done it so many times, I'd washed it like 3 times to the point where I didn't want to actually like keep washing it. However, so that's what's going to have to happen to this, but I'm going to make a damn good effort. So this brand, some of it sells for a lot more than others. So obviously the tag is just a basic H&M thing. But because it is H&M, it does say weird. It said remove cufflinks before washing. Okay, I'll do that. No, I won't. Actually, remove cufflinks before washing. Because it's H&M, it is machine washable. I imagine that if this is actually this brand, Maison Martin Margiela. So my other work colleague, because I was showing her, and she was like, well, it's Galliano. I am pretty clueless. So whoever this person is, so that we have got pit stains as well. We've got quite bad pit stains. I'm pretty sure that the camera is making allowances for this and making it not look bad. But we've got bad pit stains there, and this is ditched. This is so yellow. It is so yellow and it is so gross. Yeah, but I am really pleased. So I've seen similar shirts for this selling for between 50 and 100. Other items do go up to the 200 to 300 to maybe 500 mark. Not necessarily the H&M collaboration, but the actual brand for this. So what you are looking for, let's take this out. I've got to wash it anyway. So what you're looking for is this number nonsense. It will just be listed. The brand will show as numbers. I've seen other people get the real deal on this, but I'm not turning that down for £4. I'm very, very happy with that. I'm very happy to have the bag. Maybe it's got the receipt in it. No, we're not getting that lucky. I mean, I'm going to sell it with the bag. I'm going to sell it with the coat hanger. It's weird because I used to sell a lot of bags like this, and I've stopped what I actually do, because I've lived in so many apartments in Manchester. What I actually do is raid the bins. So I look in the recycling bins and I pull out all the self-use bags. I fill pull out the Harvey Nicks bags and anything else that people have bought on from shops like King Street and all of that, you know. And let's face it, the Trafford Centre, because there's loads of them. I've kind of stopped doing that. I really should like start doing it again. I used to live in bigger apartment blocks. I used to get a bit more loot there, and people would just give stuff away. Yeah, I think that the giving away isn't as prevalent as it used to be in Manchester. Anyway, yeah, I am really pleased with that. Not so pleased that I've now got another cleaning job on my hands, but yeah, really pleased with that. I'm not gonna put that back on the hanger because I need to get on with it, because, you know, let's face it, it's boiling hot. It's been boiling hot for weeks. I keep seeing people saying that it's raining down south, but it hasn't really rained. We've had like days of rain, but for the most part it's been boiling hot in Manchester for at least 3 weeks. Yeah, that's me done. It's just way too much rambling. Let me know what you think about penises and unisex toilets, because I honestly think that, I don't know, is it because men just want to shock you that they do stuff like that? They just I don't think it like occurs to them sometimes, because in their toilets, you know, let's face it, we've all seen them walking out of toilets buttoning themselves up, so we know that they haven't washed their hands, you know that they're just dirty. That's why I don't want to share toilets with men, because they don't have the same hygiene standards, and it just tips over onto everything, and especially in a restaurant, I just think it's gross. And I think that's the real argument against this, and why you get jumped on, I think, by people, because, you know, it's like, if you're not thought about the actual reality of it. Anyway, that's me done. I'm going to crack on with this. I've got to get this listing done, because I do want to obviously disappear at some point this week and go and see my family. It's important that I do. So this needs to be down here. I need to get bloody scheduled for the rest. I don't want it sat here. I just want it done. You know, and let's face it, I've just sold a Jules top and I've got another one here, almost the carbon copy of it. I mean, at least because that one's not listed and it's there, I haven't accidentally like posted the wrong one to somebody. There is that for always being behind. But yeah, I need to crack on with these listing goals, and so I can just be somebody who's actually sharing success rather than mild irritation. Right, I need to get this stuff posted. I need to get that in the wash. I need to get that soaking. I'm going to soak before I wash, I think. Yes, we'll soak before washing. That's what we're going to do. Okay, thank you for watching. I will be back again soon. So farewell from me. Farewell from the frogs. Farewell. Right, goodbye. I will see you soon. And please subscribe. People keep unsubscribing. I know. It's because I'm just, you know, yeah. Yeah, people don't like me. People don't like people who tell the truth. People want the insipid version. But if you like the truth, stay tuned for more. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.